Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 27 episode 4. In the previous episode we had a massive problem with these cells here. These are going to be our protective custody cells, and although we don't really need them at the moment, as many people have pointed out, as soon as we do need them it's pretty much the highest priority situation that we'll have in the prison. So we need to get them sorted. Now, as you can see, they are shouting that they don't have a bed and a toilet, but we know that. But the main problem is that if I go to my deployment, you can see that I can't designate them as protective custody because it's classing this as one room. I knew a fix for it at the time, but I didn't want to do it. But yeah, as many people have pointed out, what we do is we put another entrance on the other side, like that, of the cell. Now, actually, what I'm thinking of doing, if I get rid of them, maybe not use cell doors, but use solitary doors because they're a bit thicker. And if we're putting like a door that goes to the outside, to the yard, then we probably don't want to, really want to use the weakest door possible so someone can just walk in and shank the person that's sitting there. Anyway, as you can see, they're put in and we'll see what happens. Well, that should designate itself as a separate room, hopefully. It depends on whether I have to remove that door and put a wall there. If I have to, then that defeats the whole point of having it in this block, and I might as well just build some separate cells back around here. So we'll see how that goes. It's a big problem. Also in this episode, what we'll be doing is putting in some flooring. I think it's about time, and we might even get onto altering the regime, but I don't know about that. There's been a couple of comments, actually a couple of tweets as well. People have been sort of dropping me a couple of tweets saying that we should do different things. Someone even sent me a full breakdown with the images and everything on exactly what we need to do and to change things around, and it was basically something like this that I've already done, but they put it the other way. So if you spin these round 90 degrees, you can actually get two sets of them in going all the way along. Don't know if we'll do that or not. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Anyway, I think what I will do... Oh, sorry, I was going about what people were talking about. Oh, a lot of people were talking about the flooring. Been a couple of comments saying that when we put the flooring in, we should use a big metal grate everywhere and then say marble tiles in the walkways, and that was the idea. Or rather, it was the opposite way around. I was going to use metal for inside the cells and metal for the walkways, and then around the outside of that, use probably concrete paving or something, but I haven't yet decided. We'll have to do a little aesthetic test, won't we, at some point. Right, let me just go to my deployment and protective custody, and yes, what we're going to have to do is actually delete that jail door there, which sort of defeats the point of this entire thing. What I'm going to do is dismantle that, put a door on it. Hopefully that'll then class it as a separate area once I brick it up, but then I might get away with putting the door back on once it's sorted. I don't know, we'll have to see. If that is the case, if we can't do that, then I'm just going to have to forget the whole idea, to be honest with you. Just scrap the entire idea, because having a cell on the back there with no entrance into the security is sort of pointless there. We've just sniffed out some what was that, poison? Yeah, some poison, yeah. Interesting. People messaging saying we should have my dogs on patrol that go inside every single cell, which I am not going to do. Looks like that guy has just had something took off him, and I also said he was having a poo as well on the floor by the look of it. I'm glad there isn't any animations in for that and sprites and such. Just a big poo sprite, just a big sort of Mr. Whippy sitting around. That's a horrible thought. Anyway, let's put a brick wall in this cell. See what happens here. Looks like we've got Chris Lyons there, and we can strong, tough, volatile. Interesting. And looks like we don't need to bring him into the full or anything like that. We don't need to bother with that. 13,451 generic units of currency receiving per day. We've only got $4,000 at the moment, $4,500 rather. What I'm going to do is just go to my objects tab and then shove in some large jail doors like that. Not bad at all. I also really need to get these airlocky things done at some point. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get on with them this episode. I'm promised every episode, or the last couple of episodes, I've promised that I'm going to get on with it, and then I never do. So I'm definitely maybe going to do that one there. Yeah, we'll see if we can get on with that. Speaking of airlock things, I was actually watching Flabaliki's prison that he's working on at the moment, and he's got this really big lump in the centre where you go in and go around. It looks pretty awesome, actually. It's putting this thing to shame, sadly. But, you know, What are you going to do? Anyway, just wait for these guys to stroll around. Come on. What are you doing? Are you cleaning? Yes, we're going to clean. He is cleaning the door. I'm waiting for this guy to... I'm trying to wait for this guy here. There we go. So that will now definitely be a separate room. It can't not be. There you go. It looks a separate thing. So that's super max. And that'll be protective custody. But if I shove a door on this, what's going to happen? Should we find out? Let's find out in the new episode of Annoyance. Actually, you know what I could do? Huh. That's something that I've never thought of. If I put this thing here, that's obviously classed as a separate room. If I put a door between there and remove that bit of solitary, so you have to go through solitary to get to that, then that might be a way of doing it. But I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Let me just put a jail door there, and we'll just see what happens. There we go. We'll just see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do. They're walking straight through this cell, which is not what I wanted. We'll have to alter that at some point. Right, okay. Let's see how far they're getting with that one. Come on, put that door in. Put the door in. It's on max speed, but it'll take a while. I don't think we've had any serious busts up as of late, which is good. Very, very good indeed. I really need to do a full shakedown, though, because if I go to my... where is it? My... oh God, I always lose it. Regime, contraband tab. You can see there's actually a fairly big supply of narcotics and luxuries, and I don't know where they're coming from. So I'm going to have to find out. I'm guessing smuggling. I'm guessing smuggling is generally the way they're going to go. All right, that cell now, it'll almost certainly be... yeah. Yeah. So we can't really... I'm going to have to dismantle that one. We're dismantling these now. Yeah, we can't have an entrance on both sides. It can only be one, which sort of makes the entire idea a bit pointless. So, the only other way that I can think... the only other way I can really do this is completely alter the way the security station's laid out. So I might try it. I'm going to dismantle these, and then we're going to get rid of the walls. Putting it at the back was a good idea. Sadly, limitation of what the game can do at the moment. Alpha game is alpha. Maybe at some point it'll change. Who knows? But either way, we need to go back to our rooms and just undesignate that, because we're not going to have these as cells anymore. There might be a way of doing this. There might be. I mean, probably, you know, I can guarantee that as, you know, I'm saying this, there's probably someone, maybe even you, that's typing in the way going, no, this is how you do it, typing away and mashing on the keyboard hard about how I'm a noob and lol and get wrecked and all that sort of thing, and other just generic insults to a complete stranger on the internet. But yeah, I really don't know how to fix that, at least not to my satisfaction. So the only other way I can think of is remove these. So this is going to be our testing area. Going to dismantle this security station just a little bit. Go to our brick wall. Obviously, we need to brick the back up there, and we need to demolish that wall there. Then we need to add an extra wall that goes down there and then up along there. Okay, so we have like a... would it be the right size? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it will be right size-ish. We'll have that there. And then we'll have a security door there. Okay? That's our rough holding cell like that. And I've just realised, is that wrong? Have I done this? No, that's right. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. Let's sort this out. So we'll have it so it all connects up. Just trying to brick off all of these bits here. The massive weak spots in the prison. You don't really want to do good, massive renovations when you're when you've got over 100 high-risk prisoners in the prison. I was going to do a full shakedown, but it's too late to do that now. I haven't seen any more tunnels, which is good. We've only had one tunnel so far. I mean, it was a combined tunnel, you understand. I think it was around there. Around there, I think, tunneling along that, or one of these ones anyway, tunneling along. It was interesting to see. Anyway, so that now is designated security, as you can see, and hopefully I can go to my rooms and then to security, get rid of all of that, and then redesignate that bit there as security, which obviously it's saying it's the right size, but they still haven't put that brick wall in. Can you please get on with that? I don't know what they're doing. Everything should be manned. Well, it all is manned as far as I can tell, but not working fully. There we go, there's that bricked off. So if I go to my deployment, that is now protective custody. There we go. Okay, so that does work. That does work. That's fine. Okay, excellent. I'm going to leave it like that. Now, if I put a separate door on the back here, I assume that it's going to break, okay? But just to test it, let's see what happens. Let's put a brick wall there, okay? So that's fine. We can have that as protective custody. That works. Obviously, you have to come out the front. You can't go through the security thing, but it doesn't really matter. What I don't understand is why that room allows me to do it, to go in this bit, and that one doesn't. I don't know why. It's just obviously the way the game works it out. Anyway, it looks like danger level is flying straight up, as it always does in a morn, but looks like people are having a nice, lovely shower. And it's flying straight down. No violence as far as I can tell, which is always, always, always a good thing. Fantastic. It looks like they're coming to place that door on there. Obviously, these solitary doors do require keys. There's no automation on this one. As soon as I designate it to sell, it will open and close, though, which is a weird quirk of the game, isn't it, I guess. Right, so there's that in there. We just need to go to, that's the wrong tab, deployment, and, strangely, that does actually work, look. Putting it there as like a throughway actually works. Okay, so we can have access to that there. If I dismantle that one there and only put the entrance there, would that work? I have no idea, but if it does, I'm calling shenanigans on this game's code, and I think everybody IV is just trolling me. Getting trolled so hard right now. Anyway, it looks like we have 131 prisoners of a maximum of 132, which worries me. Okay, why has that gone down? I haven't built any more cells. We're not receiving any more prisoners, and I don't think anyone's left. 2 prisoners are being released. Oh, good. That is actually a good thing. And released as well, not escaped. Yeah, because if it was the latter, then that's not good. Anyway, removing this door, and then we need to just quickly shove on our wall. Come on, just take a while to remove that door because it is a big door and it's also currently slamming into the side of their head, so obviously that's going to hinder them somewhat. Right. Get that sorted. Cash flow coming in. Obviously reform program is costing us some money. I'm sure if we got rid of some of them, some of these programs here, I'm sure if we got rid of some of these, we'd be able to... Do we need that behavioural therapy there? I don't think we do. Yeah, if we got rid of some of these programs here, so behavioural therapy, education course, we could probably make some more money. But it's actually a really weird situation because as soon as you introduce this money, the whole money thing, you then start thinking of it like a business, which you could argue there is some similarity to real life there anyway. You know, you look at things and go, well, we should do a reform program, but that costs money. And if we keep them in the prison, then we can make them, you know, do license plates. Yeah. Don't know what I think about that one. Oh, a miracle. Look, we can now assign that as protective custody. Good grief. Right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have that design. Now, the thing is, I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to dismantle all of these. I'm not too sure if I'm going to have to... really mess around with each individual one and, you know, put all the separate doors on and things like that. That's a light I've just dismantled. Oh, well, it's the only light in there. There we go. Danger level's increasing and I don't know why. Serious complaints of what? We need to go to needs. Food needs. When is it food time? Oh, shortly. That guy's raging for food. Extremely volatile. There we go. I even moused over him and thought, extremely volatile. This can't be this is not going to go well. But guess what? Tis his biatch. There we go. That guy got wrecked with a KT. Okay. That's that resolved. So, this security station over here, we now know that it is all done. So we can have a desk in the... Guess we'll have a desk there. Filing cabinet next to it there. And we need a chair, so we'll put a chair there. Okay, there we go. And you can guard both entrances, whoever sits there. That danger level is flying up. I need to get this food out pronto. That's all getting cooked anyway, so we should be alright. Anyway, looks like most of this stuff is getting dismantled. And what I need to do now is go to our rooms and security. Get rid of all of the designation of security in these rooms here. There we go. And then one's there. Even though that hasn't been... Oh, it is ordered to be dismantled. I have a feeling it's going to boot off. Oh, it's already booting off. There we go. There's another taser. Good grief. Right, so where's the food coming? Is food coming any second now? Yeah, in half an hour. But I don't know why it's booting off so much. Is this the first... There's some fighting there. Yeah. Taser full of water. A good idea. Right. It's food time any second now and they're going to charge off. I reckon this is going to boot off hard. Really hard. Are you ready? You ready? It's going to kick off somewhere. It really is going to boot off somewhere. I can feel it. That's where it's going to kick off. If it's going to go anywhere, it's going to go around here. Oh, nope. Fight over food. We've got food riots now. That's an interesting one. They're all coming in. They're all shouting for food. Is this food available? Oh, good grief. It's all booting off. Oh, are we going to get a riot on our hands here? Nope. Most people are just eating. And that's danger level going down. Huh. That's an interesting one, that, isn't it? I don't know why that happened. Anyway. Rooms. Cell. Designate that as cell. Obviously, we need to put in some old furniture. There's the furniture put in. And now we need to go to our materials tab. Brick wall and bricky wally. All the way along like that. We don't need that bit there. No, we don't. And that bit there. And finally, that bit there. Obviously, this is slightly different because it's a different size to the ones in the middle. We'll dismantle that filing cabinet. And that should be that sorted. Tunnel? Nope, nope. It's just dogs being kennelly. What the hell has happened over there? Serious injury? Did he start beating his family up? Tom Slater, prison number 447840, sentenced to 25 years for multiple crime, including murder and attempted murder. So apparently he got better as he was trying to do the murdering. Strong. Okay. Interesting. Don't know what happened there. That's an interesting one. Anyway. Just make sure, going to deployment, that they are separate rooms. Ah, balls. It's now not. Have it as separate rooms. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can do that. Right. What I'm going to have to do is completely brick it off. Like that. And then put in the solitary door there. Is that right? Yeah. Looks like we're going to have it on the inside. On the outside, rather. There we go. I'll put up with that. I don't care anymore. I'm sort of done with it. Anyway, I'm gonna go to objects and large deal door. What I'm gonna do, put large deal doors all the way around here. These are the airlocky things that I've been meaning to do for about a month now, believe it or not. It is about a month as well, because this was one of the original design ideas for the prison, have these airlocky things, but obviously we never really got around to it. Need to got utilities as well, and then to a door servo, and shove a door servo on each of the doors, like so. And then obviously we're going to have to run around and power them up, which is going to be overly fun, isn't it? There we go, door servo all the way. I can hear some bubbling, it's a horrible noise. Glug, 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 gargle, gargle, gargle. Right, I don't know where my workmen are. What are they doing? They're trying to get through doors and such. We have 25 guards free. So there should be easily enough to... Yeah, there should be enough to go and sort that out. Open doors and such. And these ones, look, are these not connected, them door servos? Have I not connected that door servo? Nope, they're definitely connected. I have no idea then. I have no idea whatsoever. Anyway, max speed, they can get on with that. So, why would they do that? Why would they leave 2 bits missing here? Why don't they just finish the thing off? Ooh, annoyance. Right, back to materials. Brick wall. We're going to break this thing off. And then hopefully that'll have it as a separate room again. Which should be good. And if it doesn't, I will scream. Protective custody and protective custody. And that one's almost getting there. These ones are going to have to go shared. These ones here, these rooms, because... How's that banging noise? Oh, I know what it is. It's them putting down these door servos. Yeah. I need to have these security stations as anyone can go in it. Because if we ever interrogate a protective custody prisoner, there's nowhere for them to go. So we have to change it around. Sadly, you can't really have dual assignments, so you can't say this is protective custody and high risk or whatever. You can't have it like that. It doesn't function, so yeah, we'll do our best. Do we need to get anything from here? Land expansion, no tasers. We've got all that clone we don't need. No, we don't need anything from that at all. Back to deployment here. That's fine. That's fine. That one is not... Oh, yes, it is fine. Protective custody. There we go. And that's protective custody. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. And that one is still going for it. And once he's put that wall in there, now I should be able to go back to deployment and balls. Oh, now that's a separate one. That isn't a separate one. Oh my good grief, this is a massive fart on, isn't it? As soon as I assign this room, is it going to break it? Assign that room, assign that room, assign that room. Then I need to go to security. If this breaks it, I'm walking away. It's it's broke it again. Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking away.